the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. Exiting the final corner, the Perotada had quite a big impact with the barriers.
Are you okay, Lance?
Yeah, okay.
Around the Perotada, he's fighting it all the way, isn't he?
Yeah, he just got a little bit wide and tried to stick with it. So he's got wide, now he's on the dirty part of the track, can't get it back onto line, and straight to the scene of the accident.
There is an incident involving Kimi Räikkönen. There's a single waved yellow. He crossed. He crossed to come into the pits and then went back out again.
I think he did the pragmatic thing in terms of not getting a penalty for crossing the line, didn't he?
It seems we have a power unit issue for Carlos Sainz that's just trundling along in first gear at the moment.
No power, no power. You need to rev up, revs up.
Vamos.
Here we go.
We're away. You ride the curb on the left. Now you've got to get into the early apex. More understeer from the Ferrari as it wants to head towards the wall. It comes over the line and goes P5. Took a shortcut to the line there.
So whilst he's doing that, his teammate Charles Leclerc has just set the fastest first sector. This is Nikita Mazepin. His teammate Mick Schumacher currently 16th fastest and out of qualifying. Checkered flag is waving. This is Mazepin's last effort in this qualifying weekend, and once again is out qualified by his teammate, goes 17th fastest as Yuki Tsunoda jumps into the top 5. Behind him, Nicholas Latifi trying to make his way out the bottom 5, just fails. Sadly for him, he's about 2 and a bit tenths behind Sebastian Vettel as Pierre Gasly goes 2nd fastest. Honda engine working well here. Verstappen, Gasly, and also Perez and Tsunoda, all Honda powered in the top 7 as Leclerc goes fastest overall by 4/100ths of a second from Max Verstappen, and George Russell gets himself out of the bottom 5. He's got a 5-place grid penalty, but he's made it into Q2. Kimi Räikkönen goes 10th fastest. We'll have to see the stewards after this session, but he's actually made it out of Q1. Giovinazzi 12th fastest. Ocon is now at risk as Vettel goes 8th fastest, and Valtteri Bottas, with Mercedes going for another run on the same set of soft tyres, goes quickest overall. Mazepin, Schumacher, Latifi and Alonso putting their feet up, all out of qualifying. Lando Norris, before making his way round that final corner, we'll see a bit more track evolution potentially. No, still stays in 10th place, Lando Norris. Those temperatures are going up. It might be a reason why we didn't see any extra pace from him. Sebastian Vettel goes 11th fastest.
Lewis on a very quick lap as well, if he can keep the tyres together through the final sector. And Gasly had a good tow from Yuki Tsunoda, his teammate, wrestling the car through the exit, and some of them taking a shorter run to the line. Gasly then surely just breaking under that 1:17.0 mark.
And that is very close to the barriers. Antonio Giovinazzi's kept the engine running, but there's yellow flags.
And that surely did make the barrier, but nice and square on.
He's got some time to make up as Russell had only done one personal best during the course of this lap. Hits the line 13th fastest ahead of Giovinazzi, who is out, and Esteban Ocon 2. Kimi Räikkönen also out of qualifying. Sebastian Vettel, so Lando Norris does make it through despite not going faster on his second run. Bottas and Hamilton make their way down that long main straight. Oh, that was a moment for Max Verstappen.
Yeah, that cost him time because this is a fast sector as well, but way too much oversteer there. Bit ambitious on the throttle.
Valtteri Bottas does a 27.0 through the first sector. Lewis Hamilton, his teammate, matches him. Both Mercedes 2/10ths up on Verstappen, who's gone quickest overall through the middle sector, but was their time lost when he had that moment? So far, Gasly leads Ricciardo. Perez crosses the line to take provisional pole with a 1:16.3. No Mexican driver has ever been on pole in Formula One. Their home race, they never stood on the podium either, but Verstappen now takes that 1:16.2. He's a 10th up on Perez and claims the provisional pole off him. But Bottas absolutely flying on track at the moment as Leclerc goes 4th fastest just ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Bottas crosses the line and it's provisional pole for Valtteri Bottas and quite a long way ahead of Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton a 10.5 down. We're expecting a front row lockout here. Provisionally, it's the Mercedes, not the Red Bulls. 27.1 for Perez, 27.1 for Verstappen.
Yeah, now Max might just be a touch too close through this next sector. But what can he do? Turn 6 is where he had the big oversteer last time around. This time, it's hooked up a treat.
27.2 through the first sector for Charles Leclerc. The two Mercedes coming next. Bottas, best first sector of all so far. He's finding pace there as Perez goes off the track. That's ruined his qualifying lap. And the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda gets caught up there too. Hamilton, 27.0 through the first sector. The Mercedes have pace over the Red Bulls.
And I don't think there was any yellow, and he's locked up in the hairpin. I don't think there are any yellow flags out there to hurt Max's lap. But exactly what I was talking about. Somebody has a problem in front of you, you've got a problem. Still, the car's fishtailing over the line, and it's not good enough. It's second row. He could not find the grip.
The man who has dominated pole positions in 2021 and who leads the World Championship can do no better than third on the grid here in Mexico City in 2021. Valtteri Bottas on pole unless his teammate Lewis Hamilton can do something to deny him. Mercedes haven't had a front row lockout all season long. They've done it here in Mexico City on the weekend that everyone said it was about Red Bull's pace, while Mercedes so far have proved that they have got an answer to it.
And that's pole position.
Oh yes! Viva Mexico!
Ah, look, he got distracted. Whoa!
Oh, it was Tsunoda who went off first.
And that, of course, then did not help Verstappen at all. He comes across the pair of them, look. He had to have backed off a little bit.
Unbelievable, was such a dumb idiot.
Mercedes on the front row, second row for Red Bull, and then Gasly ahead of Sainz, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Tsunoda and Norris.